Alright, I guess we do unit reviews now. Let's start with Evil Yuri, which is Delilah and Jane. So, Delilah is the first of the kind of middling units that has an authority star as the sort of selling point for like why you might want them over other units that are slightly better. She's not awful. She's sort of like the physically based Myrmidon with 11 strength and 16 speed, as opposed to Kairos being basically a mage. Although 9 magic is decent if you send her into Spell Sword, which I think you usually want to. She has 12 base magic, and she'll be like kind of just a fast mage. You know, Lu-goaded, Merrick archetype, all that stuff. Her HP's fine. Her strength's like fine, and she's got good growths in those areas. 65% HP, 45% strength, 35% magic. Like I said, she's fine magically. 40% skill, 50% speed, 65 luck, and then 10 defense and 30 res. Not bulky. It's what you expect from a Myrmidon. She's probably the only unit that, like, potentially cares about going Swordmaster. You get 4 strength from the Swordmaster promotion and a crit boost, but I think Opportunist from Spell Sword is usually just better. And just like having tome access. And Spell Sword still get 2 strength, so it's only a 2 strength difference. Yeah, she's pretty alright. A leadership star definitely, like, goes a long way towards selling her. But she's just a speedy unit with decent hybrid offenses. Not much else to say. Oh, right, she supports Jane. I think, yeah, they start with C and it grows over time. So that's kind of cool, because Jane is kind of phenomenal. But yeah, Delilah, as is kind of going to be the pattern with the retainers, not phenomenal, not great. In a cast of so many good units, being just okay is a bad place to be. Like, by no means is she unusable. I've used her in a full playthrough. She just doesn't really have that much else going on. Even 16 speed, right? Which is like, I think she's our fastest unit right now, except for maybe Lopez. But that's because of 0 growths, right? 16 speed isn't the Speedy Gonzalez in a growth setting that it is right now. So she's fine. She's the very definition of fine with a leadership star. Jane, on the other hand, is physical Lolina. She has big fuck-off strength and almost nothing else of note. Her bases, her non-strength bases are, like, okay, but her growths really show you she's here to do one thing, and it's hit hard. 85% HP growth, 75% strength growth on the 17 base before promotion. And then all of her other growths are awful. 15% magic, 35% skill, 40% speed. I guess not awful, it's okay. 30% luck. 30% defense is actually pretty good. Oh, it's 40% luck, 30% defense, and then 5 res. So yeah, 30% defense is actually pretty good. 10 base is also okay. Combine that with like 85% HP and 33 base. She's decently tanky. She's slow as shit though. Like, the normal rock is kind of Jane's personal property. But she doesn't need to, it's like, she doesn't care about doubling stuff because she just hits super hard. As a bounty hunter, she gets Thunderstorm and 4 more strength. I believe it's like 2 energy drops and she one-shots endgame Great Knights with the Wolf Bale. She's kind of ridiculous. Jane is going to be a big part of 0% growths, I guarantee it. Calling her physical Lolina is also, I guess, a little bit of a disservice, because Lolina's other big problem is she starts behind. Like, she's got good magic growth, but she starts out at, like, level 1 or whatever. Jane's level 10, and she has a really fucking good base. So, like, she's physical Lolina if Lolina locked the fuck in. But yeah, that's, kind of all there is to say about that. Just get big fuck-off blades and hit everything as hard as you can. And before we unit review the red units, I think we should also check out her Hoplite sprite, but obviously Bounty Hunter looks cooler and is better. For her particularly, like, this is one of the few times you pass up Hoplite. Because Jane doesn't care about the triangle, she just cares about smacking things. Also, Spell Sword looks so good. Female Spell Sword looks so good. Yay! Violence! Perry-coded. Alright, now we have Doll Sweep versus Conan the Librarian. And I guess these guys are here too. This is an interesting Aaron versus Samson because it manages to simultaneously be kind of trash versus garbage and also pretty one-sided, or at least before the Doll buffs it was. I think it's probably closer now. We are going with Doll, who I previously would never have gone with. Like, I thought he was easily the worst. So I guess we should talk about Zacchaeus and Conan first. Conan is kind of what you expect from a Berserker. Specializes in strength and speed. The skill specialization is not typically what I think of as Berserker. I think of Berserkers as having skill issues. But 14 strength, you know, 18 skill, 16 speed, 13 defense. It's alright, he does alright physical combat. The biggest issue with Conan, I think, is that kind of similar to Delilah, his stats are just okay. Crit bonus, 15 crit bonus is not enough. Even though he starts with a killer weapon, like, he only has, what, 34 crit before enemy luck? Yeah, or 54 crit before enemy luck. It's just not enough. It's not reliable enough. There's not that many spaces for mountain walking either. Next map has, like, a mountain you kind of care about, and there's one other map that has, like, a mountain range you care about, but even then you're walking, like, one tile at a time. You can rescue drop him, because he's got 14 con, but, like, you've got people who can rescue drop 14 conners, right? So you can rescue him onto the mountain. That's sort of what I do if I want to do mountain strats with him, but he's mostly just, like, filler axe combat. Unfortunately, some of the best units you have are axe units, so he's fighting over the good weapons with people who are probably outclassing him in a growth setting. I don't know, he's alright. I know that in pre-version 2.0 runs, he was sort of looked at as the 0% god. I guess I should say what his growths are. Even though he is promoted, he'll, you know, gain experience. 95% HP, 40% strength, 20% magic, 50% skill, 50% speed, 20% luck, 25% defense, and 15% res. I just used the Lord who comes with him. I feel like he's a better Holy Mage early on, or at least more tanky and safe to use Holy Mage. Yeah, I mean, like, so they're a package deal, but we're talking about Conan right now. But yeah, Conan's just sort of like, whatever. He's a Berserker. 40 HP plus 13 defense is like a pretty good bulk combination. And he has 16 speed, so stuff's not doubling him. 4 res means that you can't safely engage with magical enemies, though. Even with 40 HP, like, he just gets shredded. Which is not the worst downside. You know, there's plenty of squads that are just physical, but it's something to bear in mind, I guess. Yeah, not much. I don't have much to say about him. He's just a guy. I thought he had more strength than 14. 14 is very low for a Berserker. How much would Begonia have with just an instant promotion to Berserker, actually? I'm curious. Because Begonia has 10 at base. I'm scrolling up to check Berserker promo bonuses for Begonia. As a Berserker, Begonia has 12 in a 0% setting, but with a 50% growth rate, like... That's the sad thing about Conan, is he's just, like, he's outshined by so many units who have been around for much longer. I always had a hard time using Conan over, like, Begonia or Fango. He's decent for a pre-promote, but nothing too fancy. I mean, I think... I don't know. I think in a cast as strong as Hags, where a lot of people are pretty good, just being alright, 14 strength is sad, y'all. He has axes. That helps make up for it a little bit, but it's just sad. And, like, you know, there's also the other thing of, like, why are we going Berserker? Like, with Begonia, you probably go Hoplite, right? I go Hoplite with Begonia. I guess Conan has better skill, but, you know, Begonia has supports to fix that. Conan eventually gets supports, but he doesn't start with them. I think he gets a Jane support and one other person. Conan and Doll share supports, I just don't remember who with. Oh, one of the nomads, I think. Or not nomads, Mamluks. One of the Mamluks. They're just C rank. He's got B rank axes, which also feels weirdly low for this point in the game. Like, I've hit S rank bows with both my snipers. I don't know. Maybe I'm, like, being too kind to Conan, even when I think he's not very good. Oh, the supports are just C rank. That's sad. I mean, Zacchaeus is also sad, though. So Zacchaeus is a holy mage. 16 magic is actually pretty good. It's basically his only good stat. 11 speed, sure, whatever. And then a mixed bulk of 8 defense, 8 res. Although neither of those are going up that much. His growths are pretty bad. 70% HP, 40% strength, 55% magic, 25% skill, 35% speed, 25% luck, 25% defense, and 20% res. If you don't train the other Holy Mage, he's at least decent. I mean, so Zacchaeus, and this applies to Simeon as well, but sort of shows up, and it's more likely you don't have a trained mage, because there's fewer mages than there are, like, physical units that outshine Conan and Doll. So Zacchaeus and Simeon, like, are more likely to find a spot on your team. However, I also think a lot of people are gonna train up at least one mage, right? You do get mage options. And Zacchaeus and Simeon also want a Master Seal in order to really be relevant, which is a pretty big ask. 16 magic's, like, the only good stat. I don't know, I'd much rather use Kairos or Euphraxia, although Euphraxia, like, skipping to get a general is obviously, like, a strategy. Zacchaeus, at least the upside, I guess, is if you're promoting Zacchaeus, you can choose whether you want to go Spell Sword for, like, better speed, boost his speed stat, or if you want to go Witch, which gets Bowbreaker, which is a mounted unit, which is really good. And promoted witches are rare. It's basically just early Euphraxia, Zacchaeus, and Coronis are your only options. So that's a unique aspect that he has. I've done a Witch Zacchaeus run before. He was very much okay. This was before the Coronis rework. And when Coronis joined, Zacchaeus was strictly better than her. My Zacchaeus. I don't know if he was blessed or not, but he was okay. He's a holy mage with a real defense stat. Is 8 a real defense stat? Like, can we be so honest right now? Is 8 a real defense stat? 8 base on a 25% growth? I don't know if that's a real defense stat. Fia, who is known for being extremely fucking frail, has 7 defense. It's better than his direct competitor at the time. Zacchaeus isn't just competing with Simeon, he's competing with everyone else on your team for a deploy slot. I would much rather, like, if I'm gonna be a frail mage, I'd much rather just lean in, go all the way frail, and actually be able to kill stuff, which Zacchaeus struggles to do. I don't think he's particularly good. I don't think any of these 4 are particularly good. Mage Knight makes it 10. The Witch promotion gives 2 defense, yes. So we're sinking a Master Seal into this guy immediately, and then he's got 10 defense. That's not a real defense stat. He's not bulky. If he goes Witch, he's probably worse than Euphroxia Witch, but almost certainly better than Coronis. Yeah, I mean, the Coronis rework means that Coronis is ironically kind of competing with snipers more than she is competing with the other mages. But Zacchaeus is like, basically, if you went late Euphroxia, but you still want a Witch, he's your only reasonable option, which is a good place to be. But I still think he's kind of bad. I don't even really penalize him for the opportunity cost, though, because both of these guys are kind of lame. But, like, both of these guys are kind of lame, too. I guess we started with Conan, so we can start with Dahl. Dahl underwent some pretty serious reworks in the transition to 2.0, and I think that he's just better now. There's a reason we're picking Dahl instead of Conan, whereas, like, normally I would pick Conan. Dahl has hybrid offenses, like, he's good strength and magic, and he's got hybrid defenses. Not great. Like, I was just saying with Zacchaeus, 10 defense isn't great. In fact, I think his defenses match Zacchaeus's as a witch, right? Yeah, Zacchaeus gets 2 res, 2 defense as a witch. So really the only difference is their HP. Dahl has a little bit more HP. But I think having decent speed, decent luck, decent skill, decent magic, decent strength, like, he's the red mage. Jack of all trades, master of none. I guess his growth rates lean him kind of magically, right? Let me pull up the Dahl growth rates. 70% HP. Oh no, they're once again red mage coded. 45 strength, 45 magic, 40% skill, 45 speed, 30 luck, 20 defense, 20 res. Damn, do I really actually want this guy? I mean, I guess it's 0 growth, so that doesn't matter, but he's kind of just like the guy of all time. I think Dahl's the best out of a pretty mediocre bunch. I am inclined to agree post-rework. It's funny because I think pre-Dahl buffs, he was easily the worst of the 4 of them. But now I think Dahl is probably the best of the 4 of them. But, like, being better than Zacchaeus, Conan, and Simeon, that's like the ultimate you did it gold star. Generic brand Fazang. Don't compare him to my goat. He gets a crit bonus, like, that's cool. The Berserker has 14 strength and this guy has 15. Yeah, so Dahl has less speed. Like, Conan is faster and bulkier, like 13 defense, 40 HP versus, not you, 10 defense, 36 HP, and then like 15 speed versus, what was it, 16? So it's not that much different. Dahl also uses lances, which are easily the worst weapon type in the game. But the Ice Spear's pretty good. 9 might magic. Like, I don't know. We're gonna see if the Dahl sweep works. Pre-update Dahl was honestly one of the worst units. Yeah, I didn't have him in F tier, but I had him at the very bottom of D. Like, I had him below Jason. And now I think he's better. He gets the same supports as Conan, so the fire affinity doesn't really matter, but... Bro has A rank lances! Yo, Conan's washed! What's with your B rank? You were an arena fighter, you loser! Yeah, doll sweep. The doll sweep is real. The doll sweep is real. And in case you're not sold on doll sweep, I also think Simeon is just usually better than Zacchaeus. It's weird though. So if we're talking about like the uniqueness of classes, Zacchaeus is one of the very few options for Witch, and even though he's worse than Euphroxia, there's very good reasons why you might skip Euphroxia because, like general Euphroxia, right? Simeon, on the other hand, he's competing with a Kate, a unit that you're probably not skipping. And Druid is like, and he's also competing with Fazang, who's like Romhack Pent, right? So like, his competition is a lot stronger. But he's also like, I think generally a better unit than Zacchaeus. He's not very bulky. You know, 25 strength, 5 defense, and a 10% defense growth. I guess I should go over his growths. 60% HP, 30% strength in case you want to do Artificer Gaming. 45 magic, 65 skill, 50 speed, 50 luck, 10 defense, 55 res. Having the combo of 45 magic and 50% speed means his offense growths will just go up. He'll sort of function like the fast frail mage, kind of like the dark magic version of Euphroxia. His base magic isn't great. I believe, okay, unless the bot is incorrect, his base magic is actually lower than it is as an enemy. He has 11 base magic. He might have gotten buffed and the bot might be incorrect. But in general, I think he is gonna be the more traditional mage stat layout. And that's pretty good. I guess. Like, I don't know. He's like fine. He's like fine. Druid's a good class, like getting early Tomebreaker. I think early Tomebreaker is probably better than early Bowbreaker. Because you end up enemy phasing tomes more often than you do archers. So I sort of prefer it that way. I guess if you're really desperate for a lock touch unit in like a draft situation or something, he has that potential, but you probably want to go Druid. Simeon is quite outclassed by his competition, but Tomebreaker is nice to have. Yeah, so he's outclassed by the other dark mages, but I think if we're talking like, he outclasses Zacchaeus. Zacchaeus outclasses, well, doesn't outclass, but Zacchaeus is like more likely to be your best option for a witch. Simeon is never your best option for a druid, although I do think he's a better druid than Hecate, if for no other reason than like he actually doubles stuff. But Fazang exists, right? And Fazang sort of stomps him to the curb. But yeah, Tomebreaker good. Speaking of Artificer, I'm curious, how do you think Artificer Hecate is? Helping your speed issue is nice, but I can't think of any other reason to give it her over Druid. Basically that. Basically, I think you give it her if you care about her speed, you want her to double stuff. And again, if you're in an Iron Man or draft situation, having an extra lock toucher can be nice. Heck, even just getting an extra lock toucher for maps where you want to split your forces in half can be cool. So like if you're using Lopez but you want a second lock toucher, that can be good. And I guess the same argument applies to Simeon, but I think he needs it a lot less in terms of like the speed or whatever. Worth noting, Zacchaeus starts at level 12, so he can immediately just slam a Master Seal and go Witch. Simeon, I forgot. Simeon does not start at level 10. So on the one hand, it means that his growths, his like actually pretty good offensive growths, have more opportunity to pop off if you're trying to train him long term. But on the other hand, as a short term unit, he suffers because you can't just slam him into Druid, rock him for like 4 chapters, and then drop him to kick him to the curb. So that's unfortunate. But yeah, overall, not a great bunch of units. Obviously Jane is the best person to join on this map, but Delilah, I think, like, even though Delilah is probably combat-wise on the same level as the other scrubs, they don't have leadership stars. This is gameplay story integration. Delilah, despite being evil, is a respected and good leader. Like, there's dialogue when you visit houses where people talk about how, like, yeah, we kind of hate her, but, you know, she knows what she's doing, so we follow her orders. Whereas, like, no one can stand these fuckwads, and they're bad at their jobs. So they don't get leadership stars. And I think that's kind of cool. When you enter combat with the enemy on either side, everyone on the opposing side becomes allied units. The cutthroats are unaffiliated. Seize one of the two forts to win. Look at this Lopez Gaming. I miss Beatrix. We have a different evil lady now. Does Delilah mean nothing to you? I love that Delilah is just, she's stuck slightly less than the other two in most aspects from both gameplay and story. Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty peak. Pretty epic. I think we're just gonna send the entire army this way. Honestly, I think it's potentially worth considering. I decided not to, but I think it's potentially worth considering fielding Begonia instead of Jane on this map for the leadership star reasons. Or not Jane, Begonia instead of Hestia. Because, like, they're both, you know, axe combat units. And Begonia has a leadership star. But I think at a certain point, you kind of just got to accept the 3-hit down. Delilah is more of a swordmaster than a magic braid. She's good if you don't recruit a certain secret swordmaster. Is there a swordmaster recruit that I'm not aware of? I'm pretty sure there's no pre-promoted swordmaster. Am I... Is there a recruitment I'm just not aware of? Pluto. Oh, I forgot about Pluto. Is your argument that Pluto is better than Delilah? Wait, is that what we're trying to argue? The best unit in the game? Okay, we're memeing. We're memeing. I forgot about Pluto. TFW, you forgot about Pluto. The Blood Demon will sweep. Blossom will be big this run. Doesn't Blossom not actually affect your growth rates? I thought Blossom, at least in Path of Radiance, I thought Blossom didn't affect your growth rates. It just gives you 2 whenever you would get 1. Oh, fucking Fenrir, 24 attack, y'all. Oh, the range overlap, too. Oh, fuck. I meant to reposition Ophelia. The thing is, despite Conan and Dahl not being, like, phenomenal in the player's control, because they have that crit boost, they are scary as enemies. What skill basically rerolls when you don't proc the level up, or am I crazy? Which skill? Here it doubles growths. Oh, I should probably check under the hood to make sure. I mean, I don't think Pluto, or I don't think, yeah, I don't think Plato is going to be, like, particularly good, if I had to guess. Maybe that's just me. Maybe I will be proven wrong in my deeds and words. And I'll feel like Boo Boo the Fool, but I don't think Pluto Plato is gonna be... He has 17 strength and he can Brave Sword at pace. Yo, I'm gonna be proven wrong by my deeds and words. I mean, I genuinely hope he does something, right? Like, that'd be cool. It isn't much, but funny S-rank swordman. What is his other skill he gets? He gets Astra at some point, right? How does that work? Oh, you don't have Kanto Plus. I think it's fine. We'll just reposition. I'm literally describing Blossom. Oh, gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. He learns aptitude at level 18. I'm gonna have to go into Builder, maybe on stream. Y'all can guide me. Astra is level 22. It's a what do you mean level 22? Wait, can he level above 20? Does he have like special... Does he have like special properties? Can Ophelia mine Lopez coins if she copies Lopez? No. The skills she can get are like pretty limited. She doesn't even get Kanto Plus as a general. Still worth it. She gets Assassin. Like, it's still worth copying him because Assassinate, like, at this point, he's kind of just a good combat unit in a lot of ways. So it's still like a decent option to have her transform into Lopez. But because of the way Despoil is programmed, Ophelia cannot be a Despoiler. He's the only unit who learns skills via level ups. Oh, Plato? Yeah. Pluto Plato. The Pluto Plato Gaming. Look at that fucking damage forecast. If only Tiresias were here to up the ante. Intellius Blossom rerolls HP or luck or whatever if it doesn't proc during level up. Each stat gets 2 chances to get increased. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, I was just I didn't remember how it worked. Thank you for the reminder. Thank you. I knew it was like something different from literally changing your growth rates, but I just couldn't remember the specifics. Isn't there a skill that makes it so anytime you would get a +1, you get +2 instead? Like, isn't that a thing somewhere? Or am I crazy? Like, it doesn't change your growth rates, but it doubles your growths. The Mercurius! That's what I'm thinking of. Yeah, it's not guaranteed. It's a 25% chance. But yeah, the Mercurius. Thank you. I knew there was something like that. For some reason, my brain was like, oh yeah, Blossom doesn't affect your growth rates, so it must be that thing. But no, you're right, it's Mercurius. Oh, why, thank you. Thank you for the Lopez coin. Lopez coin delivery system. This is my first time seeing the Delilah sword animation. It's kind of epic. Genuinely, like, 80% of the reason for Delilah spell sword over swordmaster is the sword animation is so good. Like, it's just so good, y'all. Jane actually doubling things. Once again proving that calling her physical Alina is a little bit, unfair. Also, she looks fly as hell in this purple trench coat. Blossom works differently during fixed growths. Huh, interesting. Didn't know that. Oh, right, no Kanto Plus. No Kanto Plus. Gotta be careful to remember the no Kanto Plus moment. How does the Mercurius work in Engage? It's very simple in Engage. It just doubles your experience gain. It doesn't do anything else more complicated. Wolfric proving that him joining literally just because he has a horse is still good enough. Like, he's here just to rescue Jane down south. It's always funny when you've got, like, in a zero growth challenge, that one unit who's, like, way, definitely just here because you want another mounted unit is always very funny. You should hold off until you get another wave of reinforcements so you snag some greenies and don't get pinned. Oh, I forgot the save state turn. Fudge. I think we'll be fine. $25 versus 7. Who's currently got Hoplon? Pluto, right? Yeah. Pluto does not have... Who did I give Hoplon to? Is it in the convoy? Oh, it's on Alonso. Okay. I think we just kill the Fenrir guy before he's a problem. Mimic you. Bum, bum. Ba-da-ba, ba-da-ba-ba-ba. You have 19. 15 attack. 11 times 2. Yeah, so you kill. Okay. In which case we go fireball here. Lopez get a coin. Mercurius works the same way in FE3 and Engage. Oh no, Lopez! No Lopez coin. That's so sad. Before I leave, magic triangle in Thracia or no? Do you mean, is there a magic triangle in Thracia? There is. Although triangle in Thracia is itself not, like, a super big deal. Oh, I might have screwed up. I think a Pate dies here. 'Cause, yeah. Whoopsie daisy. Um, 17 versus 12 res. No, she might live. She actually might live. I guess we'll have to find out. Out of curiosity, who would you consider the worst unit in Tag? Probably Vasilki, if we're not giving her credit for the vulneraries. Actually, no, Plato. Plato. Plato is. Plato by, like, a lot. Yeah, I think, like, Plato's so bad that I legitimately forgot about him twice this stream already. But he's a joke unit, so it kind of, like, him being a joke unit kind of makes that part of the conversation feel like not the most honest approach, if that makes sense. You're so bad that you get forgotten. Yeah, so because that armor was attacking with a magic weapon, it was actually fine. Conan, if you know you're on the wrong side, please join us. Don't be a Camus archetype. Oh my god. The Malachites. Armor versus armor gaming. Leave the dark side. We have lesbians. Join us with Evil Yuri. He's a pre-promoted growth unit. Yeah, it's a joke. It's a joke unit moment. Hello, waves of cavaliers. So now we have to kill you, who I have foolishly baited over without really having a plan. Holy shit, whoopsie. That's a pretty good answer to the question I had. I'm glad. I like that convo. I like that convo. Rats. Nine might versus 5 might. Yeah, okay, so we grab Thunder. Kill him with Thunderbolt. Oh, no. We get a second shot. Ophelia gives us a second shot. Come on, Ophelia. There we go. To think I survived the arena to die here, but at least I lived to see the futility of it all. There we go. Okay. Now there's this side of things. Oh, right, you've got a fucking Great Lance. 26 attack. Alright, a Pate comes up here, heals Ophelia. We Iron Blade you with Lopez. Rip Conan. Everyone pour one out for our homeboy Conan. It's 28. 26. Knocks you down to 12. 6? No, knocks you down to 12. 6. Yeah, knocks you down to 6. Yeah, okay, we do this. Fireball you. Teresa has good bulk, haha, surely she lives the wave of calves. The thing is that, like, I think this wave, I mean, especially because there's a bow, so, like, Teresa's not doing that. But this wave is, like, pretty fucking scary for basically anyone. Who's got the Lunar Brace? Orlay's got Lunar Brace. Alright, I think what we want to do is kill with Polonius, and then we want to get the Lunar Brace to Polonius after the fact. So let's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, Orlais, give the Lunar Brace to Teresa. And wait. Teresa... rescue Lopez and wait. Hestia, give the Lunar Brace... oh my god, I keep hitting the wrong... there we go, okay. Give Lunar Brace... we gotta go Lunar Solar combo. Give Lunar Brace to Polonius. Have him equip Fire as well. So it's less like he kills people and suffers from success. I don't think he has the magic to kill people anyway. And then we take... drop Lopez. Move Jane down. Kyra down. Okay. But yeah, unfortunately, even if this weren't a zero growth setting, Teresa isn't exactly fit to take on those calves because of the bows. Yo, no, not doll! Our goat. That brigand is a fucking hater. Let's go, Polonius. Give us fucking nothing. Oh, and they're clogging. They're traffic jamming. That's good. Jake and Pluto. Setting up for his brother, the growth unit, obviously. 4 damage. That's my goat. Look, Polonius just being bulky enough to, like... survive that combination is honestly, with both of our generals occupied up north dealing with Conan, honestly, Polonius surviving that was like a fucking blessing. I don't care that he did nothing. He's not suffering from success. It's fine. Our 4 damage goat. Now we get to see epic green unit combat. Yes, attack the archer at 2 range. Smart. 4 damage better than 0. Usually, yeah. Okay. Now... over Axe Reaver guy and Steel Lance guy, and then this fuck face. Okay, Teresa. Horse Slayer here. Goody goody gumdrops. One shy. Who's got... oh, you've got solar. Yeah, okay. We trade? That boosts magic, right? Yeah, boosts magic. So kill the Great Lance guy. Perfect. Absolutely shredded. And then Hestia's got the halberd. Oh, that's the Axe Reaver guy. Never mind. Viva Zanbato? Yeah. Perfect. Level 16 Lord and 0% is nuts. Maelstrom goes crazy. Not even just Maelstrom, like, having bows is good. She's just done a lot of chip damage, you know, right? Okay, 21. Oh, you're an Axe Reaver guy. So 21 minus 9. They're both 21, right? Yeah, 21 minus 9 is... 12. So 24, 25 because of the Reaver. Okay, so she'll be fine. Hestia's Bestia. Bow Lord in a game where bows are the best weapon is quite good. Yeah, just like sniping down flyers, doing chip damage, all of it is valuable. Alright, Apate, heal Polonius. And she has a breakthrough range PRF. Yeah, that hits on res. Like, that's also good. Plato's hilarious in zero growth context. His skill doubles growth from 0 to 0 at the small cost of half DXP gain. Half EXP for massive plus 0 to all growths. Don't mind if I do. Kill you. I'm gonna head out, enjoy doll gaming. Thanks for stopping by. Now that you picked an army, Simeon becomes swole. Oh, does his stats change? Oh, so we can't rescue him off to... That makes sense, because I imagine the eventing is the choice is which fort you seize chooses the shows the cutscene. That's funny. I didn't know that. That's very funny. I forgot Jane could go bounty hunter, and I thought you were feeling Phobos for some reason. Yeah, I decided to bring Phobos back. He has the secret event where he gets the Phobos sword. Did you not know about the Phobos sword? I love this combat. Horseslayer versus Horseslayer. You're both idiots. Neither of you are horses. So yeah, we get reaved, but it's fine. She lives both of them. Damn! Hestia powering through! And then she'll one-shot the other one. My Phobos got final blow in my original one with the S-rank sword. The Phobos sword is so real. That's epic, Mafoof. Honestly, that's epic. Oh, green unit combat! Green unit combat! I love that the brigand decided to just fucking attack Doll, and then Doll got a goddamn crit. Like, that was peak cinema. Of all units attacking Doll. 32 attack with the Great Lance, though. Steel Bow is 5 less. So that's still 27, which is a lot. The Great Knights in this map are kind of scary. Yeah, they are ridiculous. But Lopez lives. All hail Lopez. He lives at like 5 HP. But he lives. Like, that's still living. Teresa still doesn't have permission to use the Axe Reaver. I think Wolfric has a battle conversation with the Margraves. Oh, you know, that would make sense. That's kind of cool if true. Oh, hold on 1 second. Hey, you okay, baby? I heard noises outside my room and I thought my cat might be having an asthma attack again. But she's just laying down in the cat tree, so I think maybe it was birds out the window or something. There were squeaking noises, which is why I thought it might be my cat struggling to breathe. Okay, we Zanbato you. Does this make Teresa a Sand TMGC archetype? No, she doesn't start with the Axe Reaver. She starts with a Horse Slayer and a Javelin. Damn, that's crazy failure to double. Delilah would never, but she also wouldn't kill. Oh, wait. Yeah, she kills. We Iron Axe here. Teresa starts in a speed hole and has bad weapon ranks, so getting her functional isn't free. Yeah, her speed is definitely, like, the negative part. I'll maintain she's got good stats, though. Like, the speed hole is very unfortunate, but it's absolutely workable. There's another one, right? And you've got a silver bow. shit, I forgot about that. I forgot about the reinforcements. I mean, Teresa just, like, fucking fly over the river, and then he can't hurt you. She has Nikolaus numbers 4 maps later. Well, that's just not true. Nikolaus doesn't have 12 strength. What the fuck are you talking about? Let's... Oh, just shy. And we can't reposition you. We could cleave bow, I guess. Okay, solar brace. Who has solar brace? It's Kyra, right? Yeah, Kyra has solar brace. Okay. Kyra, give the solar brace to Fia. Fia, cleave bow, this loser. 8-base speed is enough to avoid getting doubled, which is nice. Getting out of the speed hole is the problem. Yeah, it's the failure to double is the bigger issue, rather than, like, getting doubled. But failure to double is a problem. Like, I'm not gonna pretend that's not a problem. And C-rank lances. She has D-rank lances. Like, if she started with C-rank lances, I don't think the weapon rank would be an issue. Because, like, what do you care about at B? Silvers? By the time you get a silver lance, you've probably gained a lance rank with anyone you're using long term. Nikolaus has C-rank lances. Damn, playable soldier enjoyers rejoice. Is this your king? Sagiel, 24 attack. Jeez Louise. Do we have a hand axe for you? I guess we can just have Alonso. Yeah, Alonso goes here with the hand axe. Because Sagiel's not actually effective against him. Polonius, go down here. Not being able to double in a roster full of units who double is a detriment in my eyes. I mean, if we were playing on growth mode, she would be doubling by now. I understand that, a unit not being, like, Har caliber is something that often makes them, like, absurdly overhated. But I do not understand the anti-Teresa propaganda over the past couple of streams. Consider this, Nikolaus cannot fly. He has steep competition for his good promoted class. Teresa doesn't have competition, she's your only flyer for a while. Yeah! I mean, I think that's the defining trait. I think if Nikolaus was a Pegasus or whatever, and Teresa was a soldier, then Nikolaus would probably be better? What do you start with equipped? You start with the lance equipped, okay. Let's just kill you with Fia and get it over with, or... Yeah, let's just kill you with Fia and get it over with, like, just make it less of a fucking problem. The Great Knights are so scary. Everyone has competition, you only get Master Seals. I think the point Klwolf is trying to make is that if you want a flyer on your team, which, spoilers, I think most people do, Teresa is your only option. Whereas if you want hoplites on your team, you know, combat infantry, You are flush with combat infantry. I just don't like wyverns, so I'm coping a little, but she's not S tier. I mean, you're welcome to believe that, but I will be honest, I think it's kind of stupid. Like, I don't know, maybe that's a little bit mean, but I think it's kind of stupid. I think that the, I think that the claim that, like, this unit is trash because I don't like their class, and the class is traditionally the best class in Fire Emblem, is kind of crazy. I don't know, that's a little mean, I'm sorry. You don't need to be S tier to be good or worth fielding. I mean, I think Teresa is in contention for best unit in the game. I think Fructusio nails it just because Provoke is a truly ridiculous skill, but this fucking guy. The Brave Bow Sniper, this guy's evil. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3. This guy's so easy. Bench Teresa? Nah, you're out of your fucking mind. First Flyer bad is on the level of Dancer is a bad class. Like, that level of... I feel like at that point I kind of just don't have to engage with the argument. Like, we're kind of just playing different games at that point, if that makes sense. 16 defense, 26 plus brave, so that's 20, but not doubled. So yeah, we can use Alonzo to bait. Get you here. Y'all have definitely been sleeping on Ophelia a bit. Just being able to be like, we'll split X unit with unique niche, whether that's like Alonzo as our only good combat unit, or like Teresa as our only flyer, or like XYZ Sniper. I guess we don't really have to do XYZ Sniper because we have so many of them. If I want a sniper in like 5 places, I can get a sniper in 5 places, but... Ophelia kind of goated. I think Kyra is the best unit in the game. Having bow access and light magic with bulk is incredibly good. I think Kyra's honestly just alright. Oh my god, right. More cav reinforcements. Alright, we'll sidetrack to kill you dinguses too. You can reach the Axe Reaver one, so you can kill the Axe Reaver. Oh, you can't kill the Axe Reaver one. We gotta do some chip. Start with the Horse Slayer. Everyone is just shy! Who's got Solar Brace? I need Solar Brace on everyone now. Give me 17 Solar Braces, please. Okay. Kill you, Wolfric can canto the Solar Brace down, and then we can play Solar Brace trading to get Teresa and Lopez to their kill thresholds. Alright, so if Teresa's gonna be here... Or actually, I think it's probably better to... Let's just make sure the kill thresholds are the same. Oh, no, because we can go southwards. Yeah. So... We have Wolfric Canto to here. Yeah, okay. So Wolfric, grab the Solar Brace. This is kind of what I love about 0%, is like, now we've got to do weird trade strats. And then you grab this, and now you get this kill. This would be a great time to have Barlow. Yeah, I mean, Solar Brace is just Barlow at home here. And then... what would have been crazy is if I had found a way to do Lopez second, and then Convoy Warp the Solar Brace onto Kyra, but unfortunately that wasn't something we could do. Like with the coin, I mean, right? The first flyer is usually good, but there is an amount of crazy flyer strats Teresa can do because of how Hag's maps are laid out. I think that, and this is not a problem unique to you, because I've heard that argument from a lot of people. I think that oftentimes people approach early flyer utility in the same way that people will approach like warp. The same sort of, using the same sort of flawed analysis that people will often approach warp, which is flyer utility is only good if, or, you know, or to use the other example, warp is only good if we are doing some sort of like skip strategy or some sort of absurd, you know, XYZ, something to trivialize an aspect of the map. Whereas like flyer utility and warp are strong movement tools that you can utilize even if you're not doing it to, like, for example, have Shanna rescue drop people over the crevice in 8x, or have Sheeta fly across the entire lake to skip the Rad and Caesar chapter, right? Even just here, there's tons of forests and rivers to weave in between. Previous map, forests and mountains and village edges to weave in between. Join on Teresa's join map. Oh, it doesn't matter because 3 range, right? Yeah, so we go here. Do we have the lunar brace on anyone we can give you? Forget who currently has it. I think you do, right? Polonius? Yeah, it's too far away. It's fine, he lives even so. Because you're not the first person who's had well, there's no good flyer utility until Nicaea joins argument. And, like, the other issue with that is, like, okay, but just use both. Like, even if you think flyer utility only starts after Nicaea, like, are we really trying to argue the unit with, like, worse combat stats than Teresa is who we're fielding for flyer utility? Like, just field both of them. But in the same way that, like, you know, being in a cavalry class and having high move gives you extra movement utility options, being able to just ignore terrain penalties and cross over areas that normally you're not allowed to is such a boon. Alright, give me that fucking solar brace. That Bravebow guy is fucking terrifying. Like, even on a Growths playthrough, just, like, finding a way to safely lure him out is such a hassle. Opportunist coming in clutch. Yeah, that Opportunist power-up. I didn't even realize that, but yeah, that was the Opportunist moment. Alright, let's take care of this fuckface. Scary archer creature. La Creatura. We could just have Fia snipe away at you. Oh, I was hoping Fia would have a Zacchaeus conversation. That felt like that would be a thing. Don't forget to pick up the Kestros. I literally repositioned Teresa closer to the ruins. But also, do I even want a Kestros? Probably? For, Delilah? Because we already got one Ice Spear for Doll Gaming, and then he joins with a second one. We definitely don't want Bolt Axe. And we probably don't want Dark Bow. So it's between... yeah, Flyer Effective Sword. It uses magic. It's between, like, Ice Spear number 3. As much as, like, we're memeing about the doll sweep, I don't think we're using doll enough for 3 Ice Spears. Do y'all? And, like, Glaucus can use a Kestros. Artemis can use a Kestros. Delilah can use a Kestros. I think we grab a Kestros. 5 Ice Spears would be funny. It would be very humorous. Like, that is a true fact. I would go Kestros. I think we go Kestros. I mean, like, it's too late now. We kind of made our bed, but it kind of just seems like that. I think we're all in agreement. The houses all got destroyed. Oh, right, he's got a fucking vulnerary. Cheater, you're not supposed to heal. Jesus Christ, Jane. I think we let him heal again, bonk him with Jane, and then turn him into a coin. Just don't crit. I might have slept on Jane. I know I'm using in my next playthrough. Yeah, I initially fielded Jane just because she's kind of gender goals. But then I realized that, like, she's actually kind of goated. Like, I didn't think she would be as good as I think she is. But as it turns out, really high strength go bonk. Bounty Hunter Thunderstorm moment. I think we go for 281s instead of a 66, right? I think with 2 RN, that's probably better. Normal rock out of 10. Yeah, she kind of wants the normal rock. The superpower of lesbianism. I did not field her girlfriend. I know all the evil Yuri... I mean, I used her girlfriend in a different playthrough, but I know the evil Yuri enjoyers will never forgive me. Should we go, like... Honestly, I think we go convert these bandits into coins as well. Like, it's not gonna be the most exciting gameplay out there, but that's like $1,000. More money. Money. Here, I'll put Kyra, like, here. So, in case of emergency, like, if something goes really fucking wrong, I have an escape plan. EXP from the bandits. I mean, it's less about the EXP than it is about the money. Lopez Philia with a one-use iron sword and a ton of weapons she can't use. My goat. Orla, thank you for your contributions this map. Which, did Orla do a single fucking round of combat? I think she did some flux chip. Hey, doll face. Hey, a doll face. That archer's over there begging for healing. Meanwhile, I'm just like, I'll heal my own dude instead. Oh, they're going the long way. This also gets bow rank on Lopez, which is always good. Ronald McDonald. The doll in white. Yo, I love the doll in white. How long until a doll-based spin-off, doll-based side story? Everyone is begging for it. Bum ba dum ba ba da ba ba da ba 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 da ba da ba 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 da ba ba da ba ba da ba 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 da ba da ba da ba da ba da ba da. I think Dahl becomes a Margrave in his ending. The world needs to know what happened in between. We're all begging. We're all screaming and begging on our knees. Please, Saint Rubina, tell us the Dahl lore. I need more Dahl lore. Wait, that sounds like I'm begging for money. Dahl lores. Dahl lore would make mad Dahl lores. How's that? How's that for a catchphrase? Meanwhile, Teresa bonk bonk. And then Lopez can finish this ding dong off. Perfect. Dahl coins greater than Lopez coins. Mandalorian, a hag story. Ba-da-ba-da-ba, ba-ba-ba-ba. Lance Reaver, fuck! I assumed he also had a blade. Okay, Polonius Fireball. Will this be the Plato percent run? We need more Plato percents in our life. We need more Plato percent. Teresa is just a good flyer for the most of the game. I think my... Hold on. I think my chat layout is fucked up. This happened this morning, too. It's giving me Twitch stuff like 20 minutes late. Let me see if I can fix this. I mean, unless Twitch is like just behind, but I don't think so. Alright, if anyone is watching on Twitch, can you do me a favor and send a message now? And if I receive it, I know I fixed things. Oh my god. The Magic Sword Man. Twitch. That's a YouTube message! You can't fool me! Although it does look like either no one is watching on Twitch, in which case it doesn't matter, or I was unable to fix things. Yo, these hit rates, though! I love the spell sword animations. YouTube. Thank you, Pangius. Okay, so it looks like I fixed it. No, I realized at the end of this morning stream that, like, at some point it just stopped feeding me Twitch stuff. We do it for the coins, baby. We do it for the coins. That's all of them, right? Yeah, that's all of them. Okay. Chat, we agree that Teresa is mid B tier. Y'all are crazy. Anyway, Glaucus, you're going home. Bye, Glaucus. We now only have one Cav, Wolfric VGC, the true gamer.